I mean, first it was congratulations to the magnificent seven, the 7 Labour MPs who had the guts on Monday to finally tell Jeremy Corbyn where to get off. Then they were joined by an 8th before 3 Tory women took the independence tally to 11. It is interesting that 7 of the 11 are women, even though only a third of MPs are women. For now, there's no new party, but we will almost certainly get a broad umbrella group, including the 11 independents, the Liberal Democrats, the Single Green and the SNP. That's more than 60. And hopefully more will join in the days ahead. Of course, the common factor is that all in the new grouping are opposed to Brexit, and particularly a hard Brexit. And the ex-Labour MPs have had enough of the anti-Semitism in their old party. Most of this week's events are a protest against Jeremy Corbyn himself. For years, Corbyn, a lifelong Brexiteer, has argued for greater party democracy. But what we've discovered is that when it suits him, he's prepared to totally ignore Labour Party members' wishes. The sooner the Labour Party is rid of him, the better.
So I think politics in this country is broken and has been broken for a very long time. And I think the fact that politics is so broken was one of the causes of Brexit, because you didn't have everybody represented or people's views accurately represented in Parliament. So I believe that something in politics needs to change, but I don't think that this is the solution. I think that this gang of 11, it'll be growing, I'm sure, by the hours and days that go by. I think they've undermined themselves, because whilst I understand that actually the technicality is you vote for the person, not the party, I don't actually think that's the case. I think that most people vote for the party that they want to see in power. And I think that by stepping over and creating this independent group, but not having the balls to put themselves on the line and have a by-election, to me, it's undermining what they're setting out to achieve. Because if they truly believe that actually everyone thinks like us and everyone wants what we represent, have some balls, put yourself out there and let people vote for you. And the fact that they haven't, while still banging the drum about wanting a second referendum or a people's vote or whatever, it's just undermining their point to me.
Yeah, but you've got to look at what happens over a period of time. And what's interesting about this is who else joins them. Is there a broad umbrella grouping? And in truth, you know, you look at what's been happening in the Labour Party and you look at what's been happening in the Conservative Party, and it's pretty unsavoury.
So why don't they put themselves out there then and let people vote?
Because you need time to work out what you are and who you are. You know what
the policies.
Yeah, the policies.
It's quite easy to be principled when you're still getting 70-odd grand and you've got your pocket of everything.
Yes, but to be fair, you're being unfair to them. For most of them, they've probably given up their careers.
Yeah.
Because most, you know, they might not get re-elected. In fact, they probably wouldn't get re-elected. Now, you might say that, well, then they should stand by the principle. But the truth is, these people, I mean, the Chuckama Mooners of this world, who could have had big futures in the Labour Party, have decided, have taken the risk of giving that up.
Before I give over, is Chuka had the opportunity, if he feels so strongly about the wrong direction of travel of Labour, he had the opportunity to put himself up there as leader, and in fact he did. And then he revoked it, what, 24 hours or something later. So what I don't understand to people like Chuka is if you feel so strongly that the direction of travel is wrong for Labour, you had the opportunity to reshape it.
And you chickened out. Not with the rule change.
No, but he did. But he did.
Now.
And he did.
Yeah, that's probably a past mistake is different to now.
Read into them about what the Labour 33% or something like that of Labour voters actually believe that they were right to step away. And I'd go a little bit further than that. I'd say that politics is in such a mess that these people have actually proven probably quite courageous in the fact that they've gone, right, I'll tell you what, let's see if we can start something completely new, start afresh. And I'd call it a cake and eat it party, to be honest, you know what I mean? Because you've got to take bits from everywhere else, all right, but you've got to try and keep everybody happy. It's an extremely difficult thing to do. But at least these people have had the foresight to go, right, I'll tell you what, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of him, in particular, Corbyn. I've had enough of him and all right? But they've now decided, right, let's go. And other people from other parties have got to tell you what, we're not exactly going off a straight bat either. And nor are we. And to see if we can fudge something together in the middle that keeps everybody happy and actually gains a bit of traction and some votes and sorts the mess out that this country is in. So that's what I'd like to see.
This has been attempted once before with the Liberals and the Social Democrats sort of bloc developing, eventually becoming the Liberal Democrats. But initially there was people that left the Labour Party and joined with the Liberals. What I think makes it different this time, that effort didn't work out. What I think makes it different this time is that increasingly voters are defining themselves as as Remain or Brexit, rather than party political affiliations. And the other thing is that was a Liberal Party and some Labour MPs that left. This is MPs from the two major parties, Labour and the Conservatives, and you've got the Liberal Democrat bloc in the middle. If the three of them came together, which is what I think needs to happen, I've already said publicly, and I'll say again, I previously have ran as a Liberal Democrat, but I would drop any membership that I may still have of that party. I'd have to check if I still have it, and join this bloc actually as a show of solidarity.
And that was my point. It wasn't sort of like leaning towards one side or the other. They've actually tried to get in the middle this time and create something worth having.
Also, what's different now is that actually, because both parties are moving to the extremes of their belief systems, what you have is a whole swathe of the electorate that is in sort of political no man's land. I think, Greg, you're there, I'm there. I gave up my Labour membership about 6 months ago or so. And I think that actually it's too early to tell whether or not this is the answer, but I think it's very brave of them, and I commend them. And can we get in a quote from Jeremy Corbyn, as everybody has attacked him so much? Here's what he had to say. I'm disappointed that these MPs have felt unable to continue to work together for Labour policies that inspired millions at the last election. The Conservative government is bungling Brexit, while Labour has set out a unifying and credible alternative plan. Anti-Semitism has no place whatsoever in our society or any of our political parties. And my own political party takes the strongest action to deal with anti-Semitism wherever it rears its head.
You see, well, I think
he did a terrible job of doing that.
Yeah, I think Corbyn is a total hypocrite, because I think he did argue for years that that the membership should decide. Now, his membership, particularly the young, are overwhelmingly in favour of a second referendum.
Totally.
But he's not.
Yeah.
And therefore, he'll stop it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hypocrisy that you're seeing.
I agree.
I mean, I think from the moment he became the leader, the Labour Party had it. And if you look at there's a Sky poll...
There are a huge number of people that do support him, by the way.
Oh, just look at... Well, there's a huge number of people who did support him. Not all of them do now.
Particularly over Brexit.
Yeah, you look at the polls, the young people. But let's look at this. There was a Sky poll that showed Conservative were on 32%, Labour on 26%, and the Independent Group were already on 10%, and the Lib Dems on 9%. But if
That's amazing. No, if you had the Lib Dems, if they were to merge with the Lib Dems...
Well, they won't merge, 19. But what will happen is there'll be a grouping. They won't merge, but there'll be a grouping. So I presume Lib Dems won't stand against them, they won't stand against the Lib Dems, so you've got 20%.
But if everyone's so anti-Brexit, as what all you guys keep trying to make me believe...
No, that's not what we're saying.
No, but everyone keeps saying, oh, no one wants Brexit, everyone wants to remain. And I just don't understand why the Lib Dems haven't done better. Because they are a pure Remain
party. But there were lots
of
other reasons. But also,
it's not that everyone wants Remain. It's just that those particular voters want Remain.